Hey guys, so a lot of you guys see this poster and a couple of other posters behind me on a regular basis, and because this one has so much interesting stuff on it that I realize you cannot see in my normal videos, I wanted to show it to you. Just because I really like this poster. It's really funny. And I mean, I've mentioned my love of squids and other cephalopods before, and I have been thinking of doing a video where I just show you guys all of the squids and just squid things that I have, but I realized that would be a very long video, especially if I wanted to show you guys all of this stuff on this poster in that video. So I figured I could show you the detail on this poster and the other posters in my room as well. So this is a poster that I got at a convention titled Anatomy of the Giant Squid, Malus Haliana. I do not know actually what that is the genus and species of, but I know that squids are generally, I think it's the class and order is Cephalopoda toothida, and the genus and species vary on what type of squid you're talking about, but this one is by a guy named Michael Plundaya. I picked it up at a convention, so I unfortunately do not have any sort of information about where you guys would get one of these if you wanted to. It's a relatively local, it sounded like he was a kind of local guy, but it's the anatomy of the giant squid, starting with the killing fin. This bit is used to open new orifices into the squid's unfortunate enemies and can be used to drill into the hulls of boats. The head stomach. Let me block the glare. It is here that all of the cognitive abilities of the squid emanate. Right there. The horrible organ controls all of the squid's movements and actions, save for its sheer hatred of everything, which comes from the hate liver. Incubation chamber. As illustrated by Figure 1, larval squid or octopi are born within the squid mantle. Here they feed off of hate, too young to fully understand the dark sustenance that nourishes them. Alright, let's go and show you Figure 1 down here. So these are the stages that it shows. This is all, of course, fictional, but I find it really funny. Very little people know that octopi are in fact larval squid. Their mercy organs are the largest in their life at this stage as the hate liver begins to develop. Stage 2. The octopus turns to the nautilus. We assume the pantheon of deep lords take control at this point. The octopus's 8 tentacles split apart and form a protective shell, forms to protect its rapidly growing hate liver. The screaming can be heard from the surface as the creature makes its grisly transformation. Stage 3. In this stage, the metamorphosis is complete. The shell bursts apart with enough force to shatter a brick house, revealing a new killing fin. The hate liver is now fully grown and the squid is at its murderous peak. The squid will now go on its life-hating until a new brood gestates inside the cranial rib cage. Okay. Let's see, cranial rib cage. These bones protect the squid's precious organ bags from puncturation from its enemies, which are numerous since the squid is a terrible person. It's the cranial rib cage. The hate liver. This organ filters all of the collective hatred towards all living things into a single bile-like substance that the squid enjoys to assault its victims with. Hate liver. Anger ducts. These ducts force out the hate fluid produced in the hate liver into a fine and horrible goo. This fluid was once prized by Ninja for its anger-inducing effects and acidic quality. So the anger ducts. Over here, see the mercy organ. As the squid grows, this organ appears to become more vestigial in nature and only helps to enrage the squid. It's very small. Spite funnel. The squid is propelled entirely by hate and loathing. When not used as a means of propulsion, the spite funnel can release a concentrated stream of hate fluid into the vulnerable facial orifices of its victims. That's the spite funnel. I think this is probably a lot of it a play on the whole Squid Ink thing, but I find it very funny. Bionic eye. Our marinomancers assure us that no natural creature can see in the depths of the dysphotic zone. We at The Naturalist have hypothesized that the squid have bested an ancient robotic race and in turn have stolen and or ripped out their bionic eyes to improve the squid's murder capacity. Mouth. The squid does not eat. It exists solely on a diet of hate and anger. The mouth only acts as another tool to murder creatures in the ocean. Inside the main mouth is another smaller mouth used to flay skin from bone. In actuality, squids have a sort of beak, which is not too dissimilar from this, so at least if you watch this video, hope to learn something real about squids. There you go. Tentacle. The tentacle is the most deadly weapon the squid has. Some squid have horribly grown bards into the tentacles, which are attached to hibernating deep spiders, which differ from regular horrible spiders due to the fact that they explode. So yeah, that's not entirely true either, but at least, you know, like I said, if you learned one thing, it's that squids have beaks. Oh, also, since people often ask me about how many arms a squid has, they have 8 arms like of the normal kind, like an octopus has, and then they have these 2 much longer tentacles, which are usually much longer than like this and are usually drawn as such, but sometimes they're the same. Sometimes they're the same size, but usually they're like this with these little feet at the end, and a lot of squids have this little fin at the top, whereas, as you can see, the octopi are much rounder. So there you go. There is the fancy octopus poster. Over here I have my Flight of the Conchords poster, which is another thing that a number of people have commented on. This has been up here for a long time. I put it up here when when Flight of the Conchords first came out with their album, and I got that. And the album came with this in it. And on the other side there's another poster, which you can kind of see if you pull it back like that. Not really, but I liked this one better, just because it had the 2 of them on it. And yeah, I don't remember where I got this poster. I got it when I think I was in middle school, but it is absolutely adorable. And one day I found it, when in high school, I found it rolled up in my closet, and I thought, oh, why haven't I put this up yet? It's so cute. I just had to put it up. So yeah, this is one of those things I just have because it's cute. Over here I have this poster, which I don't think you guys have seen yet, and it's from Center for Inquiry, which I obtained in college. Science is the enemy of fear and credulity, invites investigation, challenges the reason, stimulates inquiry, and welcomes the unbeliever. And I just have this because, as I think I've mentioned in my books video, that I have a lot of books on atheism. And that is because I am sort of an unbeliever myself. I try not to make too big a deal of it, just because I recognize that there are people who do not have the same beliefs as I do, and that's totally cool. You know, believe whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone with your beliefs. But I love science. And, like, I might go as far to say that, you know, science is my belief. So, I don't know. I don't want to put too much detail on this one, but yeah, that's this poster that you guys haven't seen. Over here, this is by my door, which is another thing that I don't think you guys have seen, but I have two here. First, this smaller one is Thomas Kincaid. When I was in college, there was, not too far from, well, it was like the next town over, they had a Thomas Kincaid museum with all of these beautiful, beautiful paintings of just Disney characters and these beautiful landscapes. And I wanted one so bad, but they're all so expensive. So I picked up this little postcard and stuck it up here. And I love this one because Lady and the Tramp. I absolutely adore Lady and the Tramp. I mean, I love all of the classic Disney movies, as it were, but Lady and the Tramp was one of my favorites as a kid, just because, I don't know, I'm a total dog person, so that's probably why. I'm a dog person and a hopeless romantic, and if you are both of those things, you cannot dislike Lady and the Tramp. You can see Tony's the Italian place there, and the house, and just very beautifully done. And then up here, I have another poster that I picked up at a convention, which is this, I cannot remember off the top of my head what her name is, but this woman was selling these books of just sort of kind of like kids' books, I guess, where they had one for each letter, and this was from sea monsters. So like G was giant squid, K was the kraken, I think C was Cthulhu, you know. Oh wait, no, Cthulhu's not a sea monster. That might have been the regular monster book, but like, you know, all of these stories. I know the Loch Ness Monster was in there, probably as L, but yeah. There's, and it comes with a little poem, and I was like, okay, cool, you know. It's sort of cute little alphabet book style, picture of an adorable little squid, a poem. You know? I like that. So she made that into a poster for me and sent it to me. And here we go, there's the poem. Giant squid. A giant squid's a cephalopod of extraordinary size. Cruising in its neighborhood may not be seen as wise. Shy and rather tough to find, it lives down very deep. A need for intense pressure makes it difficult to keep. This kraken destroyed vessels, old sailing legends say. In truth, it is much smaller than stories may portray. So yeah, there's a giant squid kind of cuddling with a ship that it's presumably pulled under the waves. This is the last poster in my room. It sits by my window above my bookshelf. And it is one of Half Dome. Used to go to Yosemite a lot as a kid, and while I've never been up Half Dome, my dad used to always say, oh, someday when you're older, we can go and we can climb Half Dome. And as many of you may know, my dad is no longer with us, so this is kind of, I don't know, something that I associate with him, and the whole idea of his dreams and I guess what could have been? I don't know. I am not really a huge climbing person, so I don't honestly see myself ever climbing Half Dome. That was more of my dad's dream than it was mine. But I do love going to Yosemite and, you know, the hikes there, and there's a lot of beautiful stuff there, so that's sort of what it is for me. It's my dad and his dreams and my family and hiking and all that sort of nice stuff. But yeah, that is the last of these posters that I have in my room. I guess thanks for watching for this long. I don't know how interesting you guys found this, or if you guys just kind of quit halfway through, but anyway, I will see you guys next time.